Every woman over 60 should, without exception, include these 4 exercises in her routine. They weren't chosen randomly. They are simple, accessible, and extremely effective movements designed to strengthen the most important muscles of the female body at this stage of life. We're mainly talking about the gluteal muscles, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, and the entire region that supports the hips. This muscle group has a direct influence not only on the appearance of the legs but, more importantly, on health, mobility, balance, and day-to-day independence. When these muscles are properly trained, the body responds very positively. The hip joints start to function better, walking becomes safer, standing up from a chair gets easier, and even simple tasks like climbing stairs or standing for longer periods stop feeling like such a struggle. Many women report that even at 60, 70, or older, after a few months of regular practice, they look in the mirror and notice their legs are firmer, with more tone, and with a visibly healthier appearance. It's very important to understand that none of this happens by chance. The results come from consistency. It's not about doing it one day and then stopping for weeks. It's not about doing it only when you feel like it. It's about choosing a realistic frequency 2 or 3 times a week and keeping that commitment to yourself. When that happens, results appear progressively, safely, and in a lasting way. After a few months, many women say they barely recognize their reflection in the mirror, not just because of the appearance, but because of the feeling of strength and vitality in their bodies. Another essential point is understanding that these exercises were designed specifically for those who believe they can't exercise. It's very common to hear older women say they are overweight, that they feel knee pain, that they can't squat, or that they can't do exercises considered intense. That's exactly why the focus here is on simple, low-impact movements, with no need for deep squats or external weights. These are exercises that respect the body, individual limitations, and prioritize safety above all. The first exercise in this set is mainly aimed at working the hips. It acts as a warm-up and preparation movement, gently and controlledly activating the hip joint. This type of movement is extremely important for preventing common problems in this area, such as hip osteoarthritis, also known as coxarthrosis. By moving the hip regularly, we stimulate local circulation, improve joint lubrication, and reduce stiffness, something very common as we age. The execution is simple. The person remains standing and performs a controlled leg movement, lifting it in a low and comfortable range, alternating directions without overdoing the height. The most important thing here is not the range of motion but the control. Everything should be done within a comfortable range, without pain. If any movement causes discomfort, it should be adjusted immediately. You should never force beyond what your body allows. After performing about 20 repetitions of this initial movement, you can move on to a second stage by raising the knee a bit higher, always returning to the starting position with control. The goal remains to activate the joint and the muscles around the hip, preparing the body for more targeted exercises. This movement should also be done calmly, keeping an upright posture and breathing naturally. It's essential to remember that support is an ally, not a sign of weakness. Using a kitchen counter, a sturdy chair, or any stable surface helps maintain balance and prevent falls. Especially for older women, safety should always come first. Holding onto something while performing the movement allows for greater confidence and better quality execution. These initial movements are extremely important because the hip is a critical area for women after age 60. Problems in this joint directly impact mobility, independence, and quality of life. That's why dedicating attention to this area is a direct investment in long-term health. After properly preparing the hip, the focus shifts to the glute muscles. Many people believe that it's only possible to strengthen the glutes with difficult exercises, weights, bars, or deep squats. That's not true. The glutes respond very well to simple exercises, as long as they are done correctly, with control, attention to posture, and proper breathing. In the beginning, these exercises can be done without any equipment. The person stands, holds onto a stable surface, and performs a lateral leg raise. The movement should be slow, conscious, and controlled. Raising the leg quickly brings no benefit. On the contrary, it reduces muscle activation and increases the risk of improper compensation. A very common mistake is leaning the torso to the side when lifting the leg. This should be avoided. The torso needs to remain as stable as possible, allowing the correct muscle to do the work. If the leg can only lift to a certain height without pain, that is the ideal height. You should never push beyond that. Breathing also plays a key role. Ideally, you should lift the leg during exhalation and return during inhalation. This breathing control helps maintain rhythm, improves muscle activation, and reduces unnecessary tension in the body. The recommended number of repetitions is around 15 to 20 for each leg, always respecting individual limits. After a short rest, the exercise can be repeated, totaling up to 3 sets. Over the weeks, as the body adapts, the exercise starts to feel easier. At that point, a resistance band, also known as a fitness band, can be added. The resistance band increases the challenge in a safe and controlled way. It can be placed near the ankles, creating constant tension throughout the movement. When performing the lateral leg raise with the band, the glute muscles are worked significantly harder. It's important to keep the movement slow and, at the top of the raise, hold briefly before returning to the starting position. This short pause greatly increases muscle activation. The goal with the band is not to do many repetitions quickly, but to choose a resistance level that allows you to perform about 15 to 20 reps with effort, while maintaining movement quality. This type of exercise creates a feeling of localized fatigue, which is expected and desirable, as it indicates the muscle is truly being activated. The second exercise targets this muscle specifically. It can be done very simply, without the need for any equipment, and it's still highly effective when done correctly. The starting position is standing, with support from a firm surface, such as a countertop or chair. This support is only for safety and stability, allowing the movement to be performed with confidence and control. The movement involves bringing the leg backward in a controlled manner, slowly returning to the starting position. It's not a kick or a swing. It's a short, conscious, and precise movement. One of the most common mistakes in this exercise is performing the motion quickly and without control, believing it will increase results. In reality, this drastically reduces glute activation and increases the risk of lower back strain. Another frequent mistake is overextending the leg too far back. When that happens, the glute is no longer working efficiently and the lower back starts to be overloaded. The body doesn't need large movements to activate the muscle. On the contrary, smaller, well-controlled movements within a safe range are much more effective. Posture is a key point. The torso should remain upright, with only a slight forward tilt, just a few degrees, to help with balance. Excessive leaning should be avoided. The foot of the moving leg should stay aligned, without turning outward or inward. This alignment ensures the correct muscle is being engaged. Breathing once again plays a fundamental role. The leg moves back during exhalation and returns during inhalation. This coordination helps maintain rhythm and reduces unnecessary tension. The expected sensation is activation and a light burning in the glute, without joint or lower back pain. The ideal number of repetitions ranges from 15 to 20 for each leg. After completing a set, it's recommended to rest for about 1 to 2 minutes before repeating. Rest should not be seen as wasted time, but as part of the process. During rest, the muscle partially recovers and prepares for the next round. With the band, extra attention must be given to execution. The movement should still be slow and controlled, with a brief pause at the end of the leg extension. This pause increases time under tension, a key factor in muscle strengthening, especially for older adults. In addition to the glutes, another essential muscle group at this stage of life is the back of the thigh, also known as the hamstrings. These muscles play a crucial role in knee stability, walking control, and fall prevention. Many cases of back and knee pain are related to weakness in this area. A simple exercise to work the back of the thigh can be done while standing, lifting the leg backward with the knee extended. Even without any equipment, this movement provides enough activation when done correctly. As with the previous exercises, the focus is on control, not speed. When performed with a resistance band, this exercise becomes even more effective. The band is positioned to create resistance when lifting the leg, requiring more effort from the hamstring muscles. A great benefit of this exercise is that it doesn't put stress on the knees, making it an excellent option for those who experience pain in that joint. During execution, breathing should remain natural, with exhalation occurring during the moment of greatest effort. Posture should remain stable, avoiding leaning or compensation. The correct sensation is that of targeted muscle work, without joint discomfort. Working this area is extremely important because it helps protect the knees and improves walking efficiency. Additionally, strengthening the back of the thigh contributes to a more balanced posture and reduces the risk of falls, something crucial for the safety of older women. It's important to emphasize that knee pain should not be used as an excuse for inactivity. On the contrary, well-chosen exercises like these help improve circulation in the joint, stimulate the production of synovial fluid, and contribute to the nourishment of joint tissue. Movement, when done correctly, is one of the best ways to care for the joints. The key is always to respect the body's limits. No exercise should be done with pain. Mild muscle discomfort is acceptable and expected, but sharp pain is a clear sign that something needs to be adjusted. Each person should adapt the intensity and range of motion according to their individual condition. These exercises for the glutes and hamstrings create an extremely solid foundation for overall body health. They improve strength, stability, and confidence in everyday movements. After working the glutes and the back of the thighs, it's essential to focus attention on the front and inner parts of the thighs. These muscles play a key role in body stability, joint protection, and maintaining functional strength over the years. Many women over 60 notice difficulty getting up from a chair, walking for longer periods, or keeping their balance, and much of this is related to weakness in these areas. One of the greatest advantages of these exercises is that they allow for strengthening these areas without putting stress on the knees. This is extremely important, as knee pain is a very common complaint at this stage of life and often prevents the performance of traditional exercises like squats. Here, the muscle work is done smartly, respecting the joints and prioritizing safety. The first exercise for the front of the thigh is done while standing, using support from a stable surface. The person lifts the leg forward in a controlled manner, slowly returning to the starting position. The movement should be done without swinging or using the torso. The body remains upright, and the focus is entirely on activating the thigh muscles. One extremely important detail in this exercise is the position of the foot. Instead of letting the foot point forward in a relaxed way, the ideal is to pull the toes back toward the body. This simple adjustment significantly increases the activation of the front of the thigh, making the exercise much more effective. This conscious activation is especially important to fight age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. Breathing remains a key ally. The leg should be lifted during exhalation and lowered during inhalation. This rhythm helps maintain control and prevents unnecessary tension. The movement should be slow, allowing the muscle to work throughout the entire range. The recommended number of repetitions ranges from 10 to 15, and can go up to 20 as the body adapts. After a short rest, the exercise can be repeated. It's important to remember that movement quality matters more than quantity. Doing fewer reps correctly is always better than doing many incorrectly. After working the front of the thigh, the focus can shift to the inner thigh. This area tends to lose firmness over time, especially in women, and many report both cosmetic and functional discomfort in this region. Strengthening the inner thigh muscles helps not only with appearance but also with hip and knee stability. To achieve this, the same leg lift movement can be adapted simply by changing the foot position. By turning the toes slightly outward during the lift, the inner thigh muscles are more activated. This simple adjustment allows you to work different parts of the same muscle group without the need for complex exercises. As with the previous exercises, the movement should be controlled, slow, and without swinging. The posture remains upright, and support is still used to ensure safety. The number of repetitions can follow the same pattern, always respecting individual limits. Next, a third variation can be done by turning the toes slightly inward during the leg lift. This variation activates other muscle fibers in the thigh, promoting a more complete workout of the area. The combination of these three variations creates a balanced stimulus that contributes to overall leg strengthening. These exercises are extremely effective in combating sarcopenia. Loss of muscle mass affects not only strength, but also metabolism, posture, and even overall health. By strengthening large muscle groups like the thighs, the body releases substances called myokines, which play an important role in regulating inflammation, supporting cardiovascular health, and even aiding brain function. After strengthening the main muscle groups of the legs, we come to one of the most important factors for safety and independence after age 60, balance. Many people only realize the importance of balance when it starts to decline. Small stumbles, insecurity while walking on uneven ground, or fear of falling start to become part of daily life. However, balance is not something that's inevitably lost. It can and should be trained. International health organizations clearly state that older adults should include specific balance exercises at least 3 times per week. This is not an optional detail, but an essential part of caring for the body. Balance training significantly reduces the risk of falls, which are among the leading causes of serious fractures, prolonged hospitalizations, and loss of independence in older women. As the years go by, the body naturally goes through a process of decline. The nervous system responds more slowly, muscles lose strength, coordination decreases, and spatial awareness becomes less accurate. All of this directly affects balance. Additionally, many women develop osteoporosis without realizing it, since the condition is often silent until a fracture occurs. That's why preventing falls is just as important as strengthening muscles. The first balance exercise is simple, accessible, and extremely effective. The person stands and lifts one leg, keeping it suspended in a comfortable position. This leg should not press against the other or rest on the knee. It should remain free, allowing the body to work actively to maintain stability. The arms can be raised in front or to the sides to help with balance control. The initial goal is to hold this position for about 30 seconds. It may seem like a short time, but for many people, it's already a considerable challenge. The focus should be on calm breathing, eyes fixed forward, and body awareness. If there's instability, it's perfectly acceptable to lightly support yourself on a nearby surface, such as a countertop or wall. After completing the time with one leg, the exercise should be repeated with the other. Over the weeks, as the body adapts, the time can be gradually increased to up to 1 minute. This progress should be made with patience and without rushing, always respecting individual limits. This simple exercise works not only the leg muscles, but also the deep muscles responsible for stability, while also training the nervous system to respond more efficiently to shifts in body position. It's exactly this quick response that helps prevent falls in everyday situations, such as a slight slip or tripping over an unexpected obstacle. The second balance exercise is a bit more challenging and very effective. It involves coordinated leg movements while the body remains supported on the other leg. The person stands, slightly bends the supporting leg, and with the other leg, performs movements forward, to the side, and backward, creating a sort of controlled sequence. During this exercise, the body must constantly adjust to maintain balance. The supporting leg works intensely, as do the hip and core muscles. It's normal to feel the body tremble slightly at first, which indicates the stabilizing muscles are being activated. The number of repetitions doesn't need to be high. 5 complete sequences are enough to generate a good stimulus. If the person feels they are losing balance, they can quickly hold on to a nearby surface and resume the movement. The goal isn't to avoid all instability, but rather to train the body to react to it. This type of exercise is also widely used by athletes, precisely because of its effectiveness in developing body control. For women over 60, it's a powerful tool for maintaining safety when walking, changing direction, and handling unexpected situations. After a few months of regular practice, once balance feels more secure, a third, more advanced exercise can be introduced. This exercise should always be done near a support surface, such as a countertop. The person leans the torso slightly forward, extends one leg back, and keeps both arms extended in front, forming a straight line with the body. This movement requires concentration, control, and strength from the stabilizing muscles. The supporting leg remains slightly bent, and the gaze can be directed at a fixed point ahead. If balance is lost, simply support yourself quickly and return to the position. This exercise doesn't need to be held for a long time. Just a few seconds are enough to generate a stimulus. The important thing is the quality of execution and the feeling of control over the body in space. By including balance exercises in the weekly routine, the benefits go far beyond fall prevention. Many women report improved confidence when walking, less fear of going out alone, and greater security in simple daily activities. This confidence has a direct impact on quality of life and emotional well-being. Additionally, balance training improves communication between the brain and muscles. This means the body begins to respond more quickly and efficiently to external stimuli, something essential for maintaining autonomy over the years. It's important to emphasize that these exercises don't require equipment, gyms, or special environments. They can be done at home, in the kitchen, the living room, or any safe space. The most important factors are consistency and careful execution. After understanding the strength and balance exercises, it's essential to organize everything in a practical way within the weekly routine. It's not enough to simply know the movements, you need to know how to spread them out throughout the week to achieve real, consistent, and safe benefits. Many women believe they need to train every day or do long sessions to see results, but that's not true. The body responds much better to balanced regularity than to excess. International health recommendations make it clear that people over 60 should perform at least 2 strength training sessions per week. These sessions help maintain and rebuild muscle mass, protect the joints, and fight sarcopenia. The 4 main exercises presented serve this purpose perfectly when done with attention and consistency. In addition to strength sessions, balance training should be done at least 3 times a week. These exercises can be performed on alternating days or even on the same days as strength training, as long as the person feels comfortable. The important thing is that balance is trained regularly, since it relies heavily on consistent practice to remain effective. Balance training doesn't need to be lengthy. A few well-performed minutes are enough to produce significant benefits. The most important factors are movement quality and full attention during execution. Over time, these exercises become more natural, and the body begins to respond better to everyday situations, such as changes in direction, uneven terrain, or minor slips. Hydration should also be remembered. During and after exercise, drinking water helps the body function properly and supports muscle recovery. Small breaks to drink water and breathe are part of a healthy and mindful practice. Beyond the physical benefits, this routine brings positive emotional effects as well. Many women report improved mood, increased confidence, and a sense of well-being after a few weeks of regular practice. This happens because exercise stimulates the release of substances in the brain that promote pleasure and reduce stress. Another important benefit is improved blood circulation. Leg exercises stimulate venous return, helping reduce swelling, heaviness, and common discomforts at this stage of life. This contributes to lighter legs and more energy throughout the day. Over time, this routine becomes more than just a set of exercises, it becomes part of a lifestyle. The body gets used to movement, and the absence of it starts to be noticed. This is a clear sign that exercise is fulfilling its role of promoting health and vitality. It's important to remember that there's no need to go to gyms or use expensive equipment. All of these exercises can be done at home, in a familiar and safe environment. The kitchen, for example, provides stable surfaces for support and is a place where many people feel comfortable. To conclude, it's important to emphasize that this entire set of exercises goes far beyond a simple physical routine. It represents a powerful tool for taking care of the body, the mind, and long-term quality of life. Each movement presented was designed to be accessible, safe, and effective, allowing women over 60 to remain active, confident, and independent. One of the biggest mistakes many people make as they age is believing that the body no longer responds to stimulation. That's not true. The human body retains its ability to adapt throughout life. Even after 60, 70, or 80 years old, muscles still respond to training, joints benefit from movement, and the nervous system continues to learn and adjust. The key lies in choosing the right exercises and performing them correctly. Regular practice of these exercises helps preserve muscle mass, a factor directly linked to longevity and independence. Muscle loss affects not only strength but also balance, metabolism, and the ability to carry out simple daily tasks. By fighting sarcopenia, these women are actually protecting their independence. Or osteoporosis. Movement, when done correctly, acts as an ally in maintaining bone structure. Another important point is the influence of these exercises on brain function. Movement stimulates the release of substances that improve communication between neurons, enhancing memory, focus, and mood. This means that taking care of the body is also taking care of the mind. It's important to remember that the environment where these exercises are done doesn't need to be fancy. They can be performed at home, wearing comfortable clothes, in a safe space. Having a firm surface like a countertop or a sturdy chair provides support and peace of mind during the exercises. The most important thing is to build the habit and maintain the practice over time. Encouraging the sharing of this knowledge is also essential. Many women only begin to take care of themselves after receiving clear and accessible guidance. By sharing this routine with friends, family, or neighbors, a support network is created that further strengthens motivation and consistency. Exercising becomes less of a solitary task and more of a shared moment of care. Stories of women who maintain an exercise routine even after age 70, 80, or even 90 show that it's possible to age with quality, movement, and joy. These stories are inspiring and prove that it's never too late to start. Every small action matters, and every movement done today is an investment in the future. It's also important to value your own progress. Comparing yourself to others doesn't make sense. Every body has its own story, its own limitations, and its own pace. True success is recognizing small improvements over time, like getting up from a chair more easily, walking with more confidence, or feeling less pain in daily life. Finally, it's worth reinforcing that the practice of these exercises shouldn't be seen as a heavy obligation, but as an act of self-care and respect. Turning exercise into a pleasant moment, done calmly and mindfully, increases the chances of keeping it as part of your routine for many years. This set of exercises shows that aging does not have to mean losing strength, balance, or independence. With simple movements, done correctly and regularly, it's possible to maintain an active, healthy, and functional body at any stage of life. The most important thing is to start, respect your body, and keep going with consistency and confidence.